Yeah, thank you very much. And let me also start with saying thank you to you, Erasmus, and to the Danish presidency all together. You can really be proud of what you have achieved in this last 6 months. You have more than lived up the ambition. Actually, you set yourself at the start of the presidency, and so it was quite fair that your speech was a bit longer, because what you've achieved in the last 6 months was really incredible. And thanks for the very good cooperation we had in the last months, but I'm sure we will have also in the next months to come. And it has just been over 1 year since the Commission, the new Commission, took office, and together with the member states, and now especially with you, we are driving forward actually the biggest reform in asylum and migration of our whole migration asylum system. It's a sort of turning point of our asylum and migration policy, and we see the positive impact already. The numbers are going down. Illegal arrivals down by 35% in the last year alone. So our first task was to, together with the member states, bring our European house in order, to do our homework within Europe, and we have delivered as a Commission, and today also the member states implementing new rules. You mentioned them under the Migration Pact by launching the first annual migration management cycle, for instance, rolling out the entry-exit system, very successful so far. Almost 10 million people have been registered already, but also new rules and strong new rules on returns, which we delivered in the first 100 days. Also front-loading some elements of the pact, like the safe third country concept and the safe country of origin list. And today, with the agreements in the Council, member states have done the same, which is really good and really quick, actually. Thank you very much for that. So the first solidarity pool can actually start operating as of next year. That's very good news, because it's a very essential part of the pact, of course. And we will now be able to start negotiations with the European Parliament on the new rules on returns, on safe third country concept, and European list of safe country of origin. And these are all measures that will help us also to process claims more effectively, and also reduce the pressure on our asylum systems. So we are showing today that Europe can actually deliver, and we delivered quite a lot, I would say, today. These reforms, and putting the European house in order, as I said, and these reforms we agreed on today are the basis for having, I would say, a migration policy in place in the interest of the Europeans. That is important, ensuring that we are in control of who can come to the European Union, who can stay, and who has to leave the European Union again. And then we, I think, also must step up with our migration diplomacy, and must engage more with our partner countries to ensure that this actually works. So this external dimension is really key, where we set the basis also today with safe country of origin, safe third country. That is important. And also in the external dimension, I think we have to take a sort of Team Europe approach also, everyone together, putting migration on the table when it comes to all different policy files. We see this in trade, for instance, where we will withdraw trade benefits when countries do not cooperate on readmission of their own nationals. Or in our agreement today, actually, when we didn't talk about that, on the talent pool also, which facilitates international recruitment in sectors where member states actually experience shortages. Or with our visa strategy, which we are going to present in next year, beginning of next year, addressing our comprehensive approach on migration. And then we have our global alliance. Everyone is invited, or you are invited, for Wednesday, our global alliance to counter migrant smuggling, which we, as I said, are hosting on Wednesday here in Brussels with more than 80 delegations from 5 continents. So we see that how important it is on a worldwide basis. So when you look at migration policy in the European Union, we are getting actually things done, thanks to you also in this half year. Maybe just a few words on some other topics we were talking about today. Of course, migration with the new rules with the migration reform also was in the center of our talks, but we also talked about drugs trafficking, drones. I was able to present our drug strategy and our action plan with the ministers, because when it comes to illegal drugs, Europe is reaching a sort of a crisis point, and we must fight back there as well. And we do that with our strategy, with our action plan, which I was happy to present today. And then there were some other topics, of course, as well, like drones and other things. But of course, in the center, it was the migration reform, the turning point of migration and asylum policy in the European Union. So thanks very much again, Rasmus, for great cooperation, for all the things you delivered in these 6 months. Yeah, so enjoy Christmas afterwards. Thank you.